Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is me, Jordan Young, and this is another Certified Hood Classic. Today we're going to be going through some of my most underrated pickups from this entire year. I want to start off with some Nike SB Dunks. We saw some really good GRs from Nike SB this year. Let's start off with these, the Trocadero Gardens. Recently here in the UK, these were available on skate shop websites for like 50% off, making me incredibly mad that I paid full price for these back when they dropped in the summer. The colorway is really nice, the quality of the materials is really good, so I really think this is a dope GR SB from this year and is worthy of being on the list. Next up we have the Phantom, Malachite and Hyper Royal colorway of the SB. Something about this particular color blocking really gives me early Pro SB vibes. Something about this bone white contrasted against the blue panels with the little flush of green really speaks to me. I think it's a very simple colorway. I think the materials are really good. And although these weren't out there like 50% off like the Trocadero Gardens, these pretty much sat and have been available all year. Last up for the SBs, and honestly, this particular sneaker could be one of the sleepers of the entire year. This could even be like a candidate for the best SB of the year, and it's not even a collab, it's the Big Money Savings. Bro, these in hands are really nice. I'd actually written these off when I originally reported on them way back when. There was something about the color blocking, something about the storytelling that I wasn't really feeling, but after getting them in hands, after wearing them a few times, I've come to really love these. These feature a whole bunch of really awesome different types of materials. They come with a couple of extra sets of laces. They've got this really awesome story behind them. It's basically a collaborative level type SB without the collaborator involved. The Adidas Superstar Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles collab. Bro, how underrated is this collaboration? Arguably the best packaging of the year, coming in this fantastic blister pack. And not only the sneakers, they come with the comic book, they come with these extra laces, they come with these other lace accessories featuring the Turtles bandanas as well as the initial of the different Ninja Turtles. And the shoes themselves are fantastic. I mean, the quality of the leather is both nice and reminiscent of a turtle. The shell toe, bro, it's a turtle shell toe. I mean, the level of detail on this particular collab is wonderful. So this is one of the most underrated sneaker collabs of the entire year, in my opinion. Next up, we have the New Balance 1000 in the metallic silver colorway. I really thought that the New Balance 1000 was going to be like the next trending model this year from New Balance. And whilst a lot of the colorways have been really well received and the model has definitely sold, like I've definitely seen a lot of these on feet in London, this particular colorway I feel like is the best colorway that we got this year. There's something about the sneaker that has it looking retro and old school and futuristic simultaneously. They've got just the right amount of flash with the silver metallic overlays, and then that retro vibe with the aged midsole. It's just a really nicely balanced retro running sneaker. Next up, the Nigo Air Force 3. It's crazy that I'm considering this sneaker an underrated release from this year, but I honestly thought the Nike Nigo collab was gonna pop off way more than it did. So I wonder if it's like a generational thing where the youngsters and the Gen Zers just don't know or care enough about who Nigo is to want to jump on his collab. I think this shoe is so cool, from it being a slightly more obscure Nike model that we're not in the habit of seeing retro that often, to the playful references of his Bape days with the patent leather and the color blocking. I just think it's a dope shoe, and because these are out there right around retail right now, I feel like this is an underrated collab. The Air Max 95 Unearthed, or the Erosions, whatever you want to call them. When I made my review video on these, a lot of people were actually saying that this is the better version of the Amamanier 95s. And when you look at them side by side, particularly on the lateral side of the Uneartheds, you can definitely get a vibe as to why. Theme of the sneaker speaks to the origin story of the Air Max 95, going all the way back to when Sergio Lozano designed it and wanted to come up with a sneaker that looked like it had literally been unearthed. It was a sneakers app exclusive, pretty easy to cop. These are out there for pretty reasonable money. They're comfortable, the materials are good. I do think this is probably one of the more underrated Air Max 95s from this year. The Air Force 1 low linens, I can't believe the disrespect. This is a sneaker that was literally a cult classic. If you think about the Co.jp release, if you think about the 2017 mini retro, this is the type of Air Force 1 low that a lot of sneakerheads and collectors would go out of their way to try to cop or be quite happy to pay over the odds for on the resale market. And here we are in 2024 with the retro. The quality isn't too bad on them, to be honest. Like, it's pretty decent quality, but these have gone on to sit in the sales. You can probably find them heavily reduced in your local sneaker boutique. So yeah, I'll never get over the disrespect that the linens got this year. A couple of Jordan 3s to talk about. First and foremost, the Craft Ivories. It's a forgotten about Jordan 3 at this point. The quality on these is really nice. The colorway is very simple, I'll grant that. It's definitely a more summertime shoe, but there are some pretty cool features on this sneaker. Oxidized back tab with the Jumpman and the Nike Air featuring, which is a nice touch. You've got a semi-translucent cloudy outsole. It's just a really nice quality, well fabricated sneaker. I feel like they've gone under the radar this year, and as a result, man, I feel like these are sleepers. Next up, the Amamanye Air Jordan 3s. Bro, I did not see these bricking the way that they did. In fact, with the sales going on right now, I've even seen some smaller sizes of these in the sales, which is crazy to me. I mean, if you just think back a few years ago to 2021, when the white version of the Amamanyes was almost unanimously considered the sneaker of the year, certainly the collaboration of the year. You fast forward a mere 3 years and the away version of the same sneaker, which is in arguably a better shape with better materials, is now a brick. Bro, make that make sense. Now, I know Amamanye have kind of fallen off a little bit, where people are just a bit fatigued with the same old stuff that they've been doing, but really, this is a dope sneaker in my opinion. It's a great colorway, black cement vibes. The materials are really nice with the shaggy suede. The leather is super soft, man. Like, I love the leather on these, and they're comfortable, very wearable. So I feel like because these bricked so bad, they are criminally underrated. The Air Jordan 4 RM Nigel Sylvester, the driveway gray colorway. Most of the fuss about this model and collab has been on the green pair, which I totally get because the shade of green is fire, but the driveway gray pair is just as nice in my opinion, at least from a material standpoint. And I know the Air Jordan 4 RM didn't really pop off this year the way maybe Nike had hoped, but I do think this collaboration was a success from the standpoint of Nigel's storytelling as well as the marketing. But for some reason, this driveway gray pair just didn't really fly off the shelves. These are sitting around. In fact, you'll probably be able to find some of the smaller sizes of this pair on sale in some places. So I think it's a good looking shoe. I think it's cool to see a new model, albeit it's a little bit of a knockdown Air Jordan 4, but this particular collab, at least in my opinion, the gray pair, it's underrated. And there we go. That is my list of the most underrated sneakers that I picked up this year. I probably could have included a whole bunch else as well. Now, some special mentions could include shoes like the military blue 4s, which I feel like should have been way more successful than they were, given the fact that they have not so much bricked, but definitely not gone on to resell like a lot of people might have expected this release would have a few years ago. And also the Bred 4 reimagined. I mean, this is arguably the greatest Air Jordan 4 of all time. It's come out with the updated shape and the leather, and these have been out there and available for under retail. And there are also no doubt some awesome ones out there that either I haven't picked up or that I haven't mentioned in this video. So feel free to let me know down below, what are your, let's say, top 5 most underrated pickups from this year. I would love to hear what you guys think.